But yeah, God. Hello. I was going to film more and explain what I was doing this weekend, but it's been a bit of a stressful journey. I'm in Sheffield, well Rotherham technically, for the UK HorrorCon. I wrote a script. I've been writing a script all year, and I had this idea that I would come and try and pitch it to various horror stars, I suppose. Mostly Doug Bradley, who I kind of know because I worked with him before. He played Pinhead in the Hellraiser films. He was the sort of main reason for coming, because I think he lives in the States now, so he's not over here very often. So I thought I'd come and say hello to him and see if he was interested in the script I'd written, which seemed reasonable at the beginning of the year, and now it seems like a mental thing to do, especially because now I'm in Rotherham and it's really raining. I came last night. My parents live in Stoke-on-Trent, so I didn't drive all the way up from Worthing to here, but I drove last night. I'm not a particularly great driver, so I rely on sat-nav too much, and the sat-nav took me a crazy way last night down a road that you would never want to go down. At one point I was just in this forest with deer and it was dark and it was scary. Anyway, I got here about 12:30 last night, or this morning I suppose, and then set off about 7:30, so it's 9:30 now. I think the place opens at 10. Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm really bad at stuff like this because I sort of set myself these huge goals, like I'm going to go in and I'm going to talk to these horror people and I'm going to pitch this script, and then you get here and then like yeah, I'm so worried I'm going to sort of just chicken out and end up walking around this convention not talking to anyone, because that's the kind of thing I do. And then you think, well, and at the back of my mind I'm thinking, well, I've gone to all this effort, whatever happens I have to go in and talk to these people, and they may not be interested, and that's fine, but I sort of have to make myself actually do the talking, explain why I'm here and what this is all about, and I guess that's the part that I'm kind of nervous about. I've got lots of time. I can be here all day if I want. I've got an early bird ticket so I can get in. There's loads more people here than I thought. I had no idea how big it'd be really, but I thought it would be one of those ones. I've been to a couple of conventions where it's like just in a gym in a school and you gotta turn up, and like my brother went to see Jeffrey Combs one year, and it was in this little school in Basildon, and there was like him there, and oh, that's a different story for another day. Yeah, so I'll maybe talk a bit more about the project and stuff later on. I'll maybe try and film some in there, but for now I'm gonna get wet, and then we'll see what happens.
How's that? Oh, right.
It's 1 o'clock now. I've been queuing for hours. Oh, I think I probably made a mistake. I sort of went to see Doug Bradley, who remembered me, which is good. I gave him the script. I don't know if he was that interested. He seemed sort of, it's hard to tell whether he reads or not. I don't know, but he's got it anyway, so yeah, sort of hope for the best. The queuing system isn't sort of great in there. They've got like one huge queue, and then when you get to the front of that you can go and see the sort of people, but then people just sort of crowd around whoever they want to see. And so I thought, well, while I'm here, I just kind of wanted to get, when I see Kane Hodder while he's here as well, it's harder because there's a part from in the script. It's trickier because there's not, I don't have a connection with him at all. But I thought, you know, it's worth a go while I'm here. But then I stupidly went to the back of the queue again because there were so many people there, and I thought it was a bit cheeky of me to just go to his queue. But to be honest, most people were just skipping the queue, and I'm too polite. So I kind of went to the back, queued for like an hour, and then got to almost to the front of his queue, and then he had to go off and do a Q&A. So I've got a ticket to go back, and then I was going to go and try and see someone else as well, but I just kind of yeah, I haven't really eaten, so I thought I'm gonna just collapse in a minute, so I thought I'd better come here, get some air and then go back in a minute. There are a couple of filmmakers I wouldn't mind chatting with as well. I mean, again, while I'm here, it makes sense to do it. I figure if I can get the script to like 3 people, it's worth a go. I need to sort my pitch out. The problem is you're so sort of nervous. I'm very conscious of like holding up the queue behind me as well. I don't really want to sort of have a massive... I suddenly got very self-conscious about it as well, because the script's about, the characters in the script are based on these people, and it's hard to be like, so basically you're in this film as a character. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to have something to eat, and then I'm going to go back in and see how we get on. So I'll maybe record something else before I go home. Okay, wish me luck. Back in my car again. I'm the worst at vlogging, considering I do a web series where someone does a vlog. I am terrible at it. When I got here I was like, oh, I'll film loads of stuff inside, and then yeah, I'm too self-conscious to walk around with a phone filming myself talking when there's loads of people, even filming the people in there. Like, you know, there's people who've dressed, there are some incredible like costumes and things in there, and there's people presumably want people to film them and take photos. I'm still like, maybe I don't want to be filmed right now. Anyway, it doesn't matter, that's not why I came here. Right, I think that went really well. I mean, I did everything I set out to do, which is the main thing. Like, I gave the script to the 3 people. I gave it to Doug. I gave it to Kane Hodder, who I think was a bit confused. It's a shame I didn't get to see him in the morning, because in the morning he was spending a lot more time with people, and obviously by the end of this, and don't blame him at all, and he was still really nice, but I think it was much more of a let's get through it. And also it was in the morning, there was loads of people were giving everyone a lot more space, whereas at this point there were loads of people crowded around, so it was really like tight and sweaty, and like there were people, you know, and so I did the pitch and explained it, and then gave him the script, and he was a bit confused, and then I ran away. I was not, you know, my expectations are kind of not low, but like realistic, I guess. I'm not expecting someone like all these people to read the script and then email me tomorrow and say what an amazing script it is. What I'm hoping is that if I just need some kind of momentum to it, and you know, the next stage is to speak to some of the contacts I've got and try and get it some momentum that way, and figure out funding and things like that, if I can even, well, really the next stage is getting a producer on board. Coming here and then getting all these people to agree to be in the script in the film wasn't like the overall, the sort of absolute intention. It was sort of, but if I do, even if none of them come back to me, if I get it set, at least get the ball rolling, and get to the point where if I've got a production company behind me, we can start talking to people's agents and doing things the way you're supposed to do them, then I can say, oh, I did give you a copy of the scripts at this thing. I'm sure they won't remember me, but like, I think it's at least a start. And then I gave a copy to Emily Booth as well, who is sort of, again, I had a vague connection with, because she just knew a friend of mine, so I sort of felt like I had enough reason to kind of, that there was enough of an in there to kind of go and talk to her about it as well, and there is a part that she could do, so I'm hoping that something. She's the only one who did say, I've got a publicist who deals with these things, so fair enough. But you know, fair enough. To be honest, I was expecting all 3 of them to say, just go and give my agent a call when you've got some money. So and yeah, they have all the 3 scripts that I brought are all kind of out there. I also spoke to there was a production company in there, and I spoke to another filmmaker, and you know, I sort of didn't go into masses of detail about the project, but I kind of, at least kind of, you know, there's possible contacts there as well, so I'm quite happy with how it went overall. Whether it was worth the sort of time and money and all that, we'll see. So I guess the next stage is I kind of need to do another draft of the script anyway, and then the Screenwriters Festival's coming up in September, and there's an opportunity to pitch it and also to make some contacts there. So, and also getting in touch with some of the people I've been working with on other projects. So I guess what's been really good is to kind of, for me, because I think this was like a massive kind of, you know, the point of this wasn't necessarily like, I think in my head it was like I wanted to get the script ready for today, so all of my kind of energy was and focus was on that. I'm like, I'll get to this day and then we can see where we go. And now it's kind of done. Now today's out of the way. It's like, right, I feel like now I can kind of start to think about what I'm going to do with it next, and kind of try and focus on the web series a bit more. Thank you for watching, and wish me luck getting back home, and I'll see you next time. Bye.